from South Africa on this very hot Saturday, and this is 2 minutes of truth walking. Something that's been coming up for me and I've been thinking about is we have these situations where we tend to undermine ourselves. We're feeling like we're not good enough. So whether it's about walking into a meeting, going to a party, a networking event, somewhere where we've got to be in the midst of people that we may feel a little bit of, where we may feel a little bit of intimidation, or the differing viewpoints, or somewhere where we've got to take a stand. And when we walk into such spaces, there are times where we tend to undermine ourselves. We start questioning, am I good enough? Because we know who we are until we're in the presence of all these differing opinions, and somehow we start talking ourselves out of really our full potential. So the first thing that one can do in that situation is to really notice duality, because immediately you're noticing that, wait a minute, why am I saying this, or why do I feel this way? You just tune in and notice your uncomfortable feeling, or you're not good enough or less than feeling. Then you get the opportunity to notice that duality. The fact that you notice the duality means that you are in two states. You are a participant in whatever event or experience that is, and you may be in a state of ego, which is why you're feeling not good enough. The other fact is that you are observer, because you noticed the duality. You noticed how you were feeling. So it's two parts of you, the participant and the observer. And as observer, you can actually take the opportunity to raise your vibration into oneness. As observer, you can say to yourself, I notice the duality. I'm in a state of observing myself, undermining myself, and then go into, well, what building block could I use, or what could I use to be in a state of oneness where I'm not in duality, I'm in oneness, I know who I am, I recognize the light within me, and I'm coming from that space, source within, God within, higher self, universe, where you're coming from that space within, which is the light and which is pure love. Now you can go into the education building block. If you've made a list of everything that you feel skilled at, whether it's a formal qualification or not, you could be reading that list. But if it feels like you're in the moment and there's no time to take out the list, or that the list feels you feel very powerless anyway reading the list, that's not a time for it. Just go into the gratitude building block with a focus on just feeling good, because when you feel good, you don't undermine yourself, you don't look at yourself that way. You're coming from the space of feeling that you have potential, that there is possibility, and then one doesn't get into that space of am I good enough? So just the gratitude building block, coming from what feels good right now, just starting at that basic point, and then going into the what am I grateful for right now? A feeling, not an intellectual list. So for instance, I would say right in this moment, I am grateful for just being in my own space on a Saturday night. And then I'm grateful to be able to spend some time with my partner later. And I'm grateful to have some peace, to just feel that peace within. I'm grateful to have a free-spirited evening where there's nothing that's got to be done, where it's everything that I can choose in this moment. And I'm grateful to be doing this live, not because of an obligation, not even because I chose to have a 90-day challenge of lives and I'm on day 60-something, but because I felt like doing it in this moment and I have something to share, something that I have worked through, and hopefully someone else will feel that this may be a solution for them. Love and light to you. Have a beautiful weekend. See you tomorrow.